Have you never considered purchasing a Motorola radio because you've heard they charge so much for their programming software? Well, that's what I thought until I learned differently. Stick around. I have some news that just might surprise you. Hi, I'm Steve, K4SRF. I've had experience with Motorola radios in my past when I was in law enforcement and EMS, but I never considered purchasing a Motorola radio for my own personal use due to the fact that they charge so much for their software. Well, I found out something that really surprised me recently. After a brief discussion with a Motorola representative, I found out that yes, they do charge still for their software, but it's for fleet management. As an individual purchaser, about a year or so ago, they changed their policy, so they no longer charge the individual for the software itself. So in other words, if you're an individual purchaser, your CPS software is free. Now, you still have to have a Motorola account, which is created at no charge. I don't charge you for that. And they still will charge for some types of software, specialty software. Now, this specialty software and other individual pieces of software that you will have to purchase are known as entitlements. But for the basic CPS, for the basic programming software, there is no charge for you if you're an individual user. Now, what I'd like to do in this video is I'd like to go ahead and just browse the Motorola Solutions website briefly. I'll also give you a look at my view, which is what Motorola calls the account holder's individual management software, or website that is. And here you can browse what software you are entitled to. I'll go through all that. I'm not going to get into a very deep dive, just to skim over the surface, just to give you a view of what it's like. And not only that, I'm going to go ahead and give you a view of the CPS itself, the programming software. And you will find, or at least I did, that it's really no more difficult than any other CPS out there for any other radio manufacturers. And before I get into the websites themselves, I'd like to remind you to go ahead and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Also click that like button and that bell to be notified of any newly uploaded videos. So without waiting any further here, let's go ahead and get into the sites. Okay, when you first arrive at MotorolaSolutions.com, this is what you're presented with here. In the upper right-hand corner, you can see where you can sign in or register your account. Again, registration at Motorola Solutions is free. It doesn't cost you anything to create an account. Of course, you've got your Smart Card thing, here, located here, if you want to see what you purchased and if you haven't gone to the checkout yet. And just got some other information about the company itself, how to buy it. I'm not going to go through these tags. You can go ahead and scroll through them and click them and check for yourself. It's a pretty nice looking site too, by the way. Yeah, it's very well done. But let's go ahead and say, like I said, if you registered your account, great. That only takes a couple of days, a few days to complete. It doesn't cost you anything. Just click your sign in. I've already created an account, so I'm going to go ahead and click as if I'm signing in. And this is once you've got your account started, this is what you'll be presented with when you do have your account established. You come to this screen here, and you can see your repairs, if you have any repairs, any orders you've got here. I don't have any right there. Any billings, which I don't have anything billed. Training. I haven't seen any training here. You can click the training catalog here, and here's your resources page if you want some other information. This is all the information you get after you become a member or register with their services here. Just out of curiosity, let's go to training and see what's under here. Okay, under training here, you can have a whole bunch of different information you can download. I have not actually gone through this at all, so I'm really not sure what it's like. So, but it tells you about training portfolio for Radio Foundations, Astro Products, Motor Turbo, Private Battery, all this information here. All that is at no charge. All you have to do is just download it. Okay. Also, from your page here, you can go ahead and see if you have any open cases, open repairs. It gives you all that information right there. You can change your information up here as well. Going back to the main page again, you can take yourself to the main page. You go back to your page itself. Now, I said also, once you have got your Motorola account set up, you have another page that you can go to, which is known as My View. So let's go ahead and go to My View. Okay, once you're at My View, you'll be greeted with this splash screen here, your login screen. Go ahead and click Login. Enter your username, password, if it doesn't automatically populate. And once it's loaded, you're on your dashboard here. You can see all of your open cases and your repair RMAs if you have any. This whole dashboard gives you just a breakdown of what's going on with your account here. On the left, you can use your service coverage to find out what kind of contracts and warranties you have. If you have any repairs, you can go into the repair status. Reports, you can go into the reports. Orders, you can go there. Contracts over there, and I'm skipping the next one. I'll come back to it. And here's where you can go into your document center to get some documentation about your services, your equipment, and so forth. Now, I skipped entitlements. Entitlements is what I spoke of earlier when previously the CPS, which was known as an entitlement, was being charged to the individual for a few $100s, but they've changed that, so now there's no charge for some software. And here is what you get if you click entitlements. Just do the drop down arrow. You have software, features, and hardware. Well, let's go to software, that is. Click software, loading data. And with your individual account, you have access to all this software right here. Some of it's for radios, different model radios, tuners. I think there's a repeater in here somewhere as well. Some more documentation, radio management templates for configuration. But what I was interested in with my radio that I purchased, the CM300D, plus it's also going to be used for a radio that I just purchased this last week, which is the Motorola R7. It's not in yet. That's going to take a few weeks. Once that comes in, I'll be doing a video on that as well. But you need to get the latest CPS, so I'm just going to resort this so the latest is on top. And we're looking for the latest CPS. So go down here, and here it is right here, CPS 2. It's version 2.134. Here's the older version, 2.128. And Motorola, actually, when I had them on the phone, advised me to get the CPS from the most recent month, which is right here. And once you get this CPS, all you do is just download it. Just click download, go through the steps to download. It will prompt you to do an installer and do a general installation. But we'll get into that a little bit later. Anyway, this is where you get your software right here. Now, if you do have other things you do purchase, other entitlements you purchase, it'll show you down here what you're entitled to here. Features, I don't have any features except for the Turbo CPS download. I've got that already as an entitlement. Hardware, I don't have anything listed at all right here. So basically, this is, like I said, My View. This is My View. You can go up to your Explorer, Shop, and Customer Hub. Notifications if you have any, resources, and your support here are quick links. All this particular website is for the individual plus corporate user, the registered account holder. And from here you can access a lot of stuff for Motorola. Well, let's go ahead and move on over to the CPS, and I'll show you what that looks like. Well, since I don't have the radio connected to this particular computer, I'm going to go ahead and open a file. I've went ahead and copied my CPS from one of the other computers, put it on this computer, and now I'm just going to locate it right here, open it. It's opening the archive window. Bingo, there we go. This is your CPS right here. As you can see, all the little windows are green now. If you go down here, you can go into, this is a tree menu pattern here. You have all these different options under each tree. your contacts, your receive, your zone, and channel assignments. I've got zone 1, and I've got here different zones. I don't have many things on here at this point. I'll give you an idea. I'll just go to zone 1 here and open that up. Right here it's showing my digital channels and a couple other channels, and I've got I'm using this radio basically for ECOM or emergency communication. Got my SARnet channels right here. I do have GPS in here if I need to monitor GPS, not GPS, I'm sorry, GMRS. So if I click on GMRS here, it's got all the GMRS channels here. And as you can see, just the EOC, Pensacola Emergency Communications Center. Got that down here as well. EOC E1, these are digital channels, but it'll hold analog and digital as well. And this video is not really going into how to use the CPS to begin with. Just the software is almost self-explanatory. You have to kind of get around a few of the wordings here. If you're used to CTCSS, you have to get familiar with T and DL, and TL and DL, TR and DR, stuff like that. But basically, once those little hurdles are overcome, programming the radio is very simple. And once you program the radio, like I said, first you read from the radio, you save it after you got your changes made, you write to the radio, and once you write to the radio, you're good to go. Clone here is if you have two of the identical radios and you want to clone the programming from one radio to the other radio. Clone Express is if you have multiple radios. Update your radio. This is where you register your entitlements. If you get some entitlements that you need to purchase, and here's where you activate those entitlements themselves. So, like I said, the CPS software is basically like any other software. Got your general contact scan, call logs, all this other information in here. It's kind of worth to go through, take a couple of hours to go through it, get used to it, play with it some. You're not going to really hurt anything. And once you get familiar with it enough, you can go ahead and comfortably upload the software to your radio like you would for any other manufacturer. So if you've done it for one radio before, another manufacturer, Anytone or in these other, Kenwood, anything like that, or ICOM. If you've done radio programming before, the Motorola software is not much different. It's very easy once you get used to a couple of little different wordings. But I don't think you'd have any trouble at all.
Well, I hope the information I've given you has helped you make a decision whether or not you want to go ahead and delve into the world of Motorola and become a Motorola radio owner. Now, granted, Motorola radios are designed for commercial use primarily, and they are more expensive than most other manufacturers out there, but the reliability speaks for themselves, and they are a very good, very high quality product. Until next time, this is Steve, Kilo 4 Sierra Romeo Foxtrot. Catch you later.